some shenanigans going on with the boat. What's really odd, right, is that there's so many boats moving. Like, I was down by Kidsgrove, obviously, for 3 days, and for most of those 3 days, not a single boat passed. So it's just really odd to see so many moving boats in one day, and I can't really figure it out, unless what happens is CRT usually nominate one particular day of the week in a given area to do their checks on which boats are there, where they've moved to. You know, they keep track of boats as you would. If tomorrow's moving day, that might be why all the boats are moving. Morning. That's a lovely little boat. Really nice. Oh, day boat, yeah. So, do you know? So the coal stop didn't happen, but I've got 12 bags. Like, really, I don't need any more coal in my life. And past Macclesfield, 12 bags, right? You use, like, I would say with the 20 kg ones, I might use 3 in a week. So 12 bags is 4 weeks, a month. And that gives me a month to get up to the next place, which is past Macclesfield, I think. So it's not bad, but a month, I mean, I could be there in a day and a half, 2 days. So the only thing between me and that other coal place, it's the fuel boat base, actually, Bollington. The only thing between me and that is the Bosley flight, which is 11 locks. But of course, I have my super helpful crew members. We should have been called the amateur crew. Anyway, I have those, and we're going to do that flight, I think, on Sunday. Today is it Wednesday today? Slight scrape on the bank, nothing to, you know. What an amazing little, look, what a dwelling to live in there. The end of a driveway set in the foothills of the Pennines, and that almost certainly will be a genuine, you know, very old cottage. Beautiful building, lovely rural location, amazing. You know me, I'm a sort of a cold-hearted devil. I don't normally eulogise, or whatever it's called, about houses and things, but you do see the odd one while you're out and about on the canals, and you think, wow, you know, what a place. You know, if you were going to sort of give up a mobile lifestyle, you know, there are some places where you go, I would definitely, that would be a place where I'd like to do it. Whether you could do it is another question, because that's set in grounds, that little place. So that, I mean, it's got to be £1 million, including all the land that it's set in. And given the age of the structure and, you know, its character, you're looking at £1 million house there. So that's not happening. But on the plus side, look at this. This, by the way, looks very much like a winding hole, but I'm not going to show you it yet, because I want to show you down there. We're hugging the side of a low hill here, and down below us on the right, we have a large, it looks like a sort of a rolling plain, is the best description I can give it. It's not flat like the Cheshire plain. It might actually be Cheshire. I feel like we crossed the border into Staffordshire, or we're certainly very close to it. But as you can see, you know, there's no towns, there's the odd farm, you know, the odd very posh house, etc. But basically it's rural for a good few miles up there. And I think also, if we look, oh my God, look at this. OMG. What a place. OMG. Look at that, guys. Can you imagine how many millions that's going to cost? And to just to upkeep it as well. OMG, a proper historical stately home. How rich will they be? Frighteningly rich is the answer. What an amazing place. But anyway, good luck to them, you know. Let's not get jealous or anything. Good luck to the guys. Not that they need it, to be fair. It sounds like they've had, you know, fair bit of luck, really. It's going cold. Not cold, it's going to lukewarm. It's drinkable. I'm struggling, you know. I know, first world problem, yeah. I'm giving up on that. Enough is enough. It's approaching lukewarm. That was an inconsequential first world problem. What is more of a consequential but very first world problem is this bloody action cam going on the blink after such a short career. Massively disappointing. They're really expensive as well, but they're great to have, you know, to show things close up as you see them yourself, and when you need both hands and you can't hold a phone, yeah, it's invaluable. Such a shame. I'll worry about that later. It might cure itself, you never know. Maybe the battery will run out and it'll reset. Maybe I'll be able to disassemble it. It's an incredible thing, you know. That little tiny thing is a fully functional HD camera, you know, and I can record like up to about an hour's worth of footage in total in like 15-minute bursts. Unbelievable thing. I was so pleased with it as well. I'm going to slow down because there's some boats moored now on the offside. So now that we're past the marina, the rest of the trip is just, I think it's like maybe 4 miles left now to Congleton itself. Is it Wednesday today or Thursday? I feel like it's Thursday. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's Wednesday. Wednesday 29th of November. I don't know what to do with this absolute swine of a thing. So there's a beautiful canal side mooring here. And what a nice name for a boat as well, Samantha. Lovely name. Got his own little shed, his own little bit of land beside the thing. Perhaps a farmer's let the land as a mooring. And to be honest, what a nice neck of the woods if you were going to take a permanent mooring. I mean, where nicer? Apart from somewhere like, you know, the congleton, which has got millions of lovely moorings. You're not going to find too many places. So these are 2-day moorings. There'll be rings here, by the way. I'm not stopping here, but there will be rings. 2-day moorings. I say that glibly. I'm not seeing rings. Normally when you see 2-day moorings, there will be rings. Perhaps hidden in the, yeah, there's the, yeah, I can see one now. Please slow down. Well, I can't go much slower. In truth. In fact, I think I'm going to have to speed up a little bit. But I'm just taking in the scenery. Lovely, lovely scenery. Like a sort of a long ruined farm. It's not ruined, is it? Might even be in use. It looks sort of, doesn't look in great nick, but it'll be functional. And that's a proper old farmhouse building. And I got to put that camera down and concentrate on this bridge. Otherwise I will have issues. I will have difficulties. I cannot. I keep coming back to it, but I can't. But if that action cam's died, and there's more of these online moorings on the offside. There's the towpath side. I'm just going to give a few more revs as well, because we're not almost losing steerage, mate. I'm going so slow. I doubt there will be a boat goes past here as slow as I'm doing now. But these look at Yukon. They've got little sheds. They've installed little sheds, little pontoons. Well, they're not pontoons because they don't float, but you know, little wharves or jetties, whatever the right word is, for the wooden structures. And yeah, if you were going to take a well, look, okay, let's be real, guys. Is this on? It's flashing. I don't know. Let's keep it real. There's no I mean, there's nothing. Shops. So this is a place, if you took this mooring, and it's a lovely place, but if you took it, I feel like you're going to need some transport. This is a mooring, a place you would stay if you keep a car. If you keep a car, this is great, because you can reach Congleton, you can reach Macclesfield, you can go back Kidsgrove, Stoke. You know, you might not want to go to Stoke. See, I'm going to get pelters from people who live in Stoke. Stoke actually, I had no problem with the place. I think it's okay. It gets a bad reputation for being dull, or I don't know what I don't know. It's been the subject of the butt of jokes over the years. And I don't really know why, because it just looks like another city to me. Yeah, it's not Rome, you know, it's not Paris, but where is, you know. I'm still going slowly. I've not picked up speed because there are two boats up ahead. So there was no point in my getting some revs on only to slow down again. So I've left it slow. I should, do you know, I'm getting out of the habit of looking behind me to check if boats are following. It's been so quiet for the last while, couple of weeks. I've gotten out of the habit of checking behind. They're boats who want to pass, you know, because they come up close. The ones who keep their distance, you know, not a problem. But I sort of keep half an eye open, partly to see if anyone's closing the gap and might want to get past. But yeah, Wesley's the boat. Morning. Wes is the guy off Boat Time, isn't he? He's absolutely hilarious. He's just so funny. Wes is my canal hero. I'm sorry, Robbie Cumming. Wes is my new canal guru. If you haven't seen that channel, honestly, you've got to check it out. It's just brilliant. They're such fun. Boat Time, absolute. It's kind of uplifting, if you know what I mean, because they're just so positive. Maybe they spend all the time when the camera's not switched on. Maybe they just collapse and start crying. But I very much doubt it, of course. Just a lovely, they just look genuinely nice. I know I've said this before. It's a theme I've sort of returned to, about whether some of the vloggers, right, who come across really nice and cheerful and hello and all that on camera, whether they're really that nice, like in person, perhaps. Like, I don't know. I'm going to switch this off, right? Might be that this is working, you know. That'll be such a relief. Let's try and switch it on again. Right, so it's given me the message that the battery's flat. It might be just that the battery's flat in it. So the canal ahead is just winding round, so I'm paying a bit of attention. Do you know something as well? I foolishly didn't put a vest on today, a t-shirt underneath. I don't have any vests, I don't think so. But I didn't put a t-shirt on to act as a vest. And that was a mistake because it's pretty chilly. And it's going to get chillier as well. But we will arrive, I think, before it starts getting chilly. And do you know something? I've been meaning to sort of mention this, the royal we thing. I've gotten into the habit of saying we're going to do this and we're going to do that, as if, you know, there's 3 other people on the boat, or even one, you know, and that is not the case. So for the avoidance of doubt, you know, I am solo, and obviously I don't want the ladies to get too worked up yet. This is why it's like, you know, sometimes with rock stars, they don't make their relationship status clear. Well, you know, I don't want the girls to get too excited. This is, you know, I'll just get inundated with begging messages, please come and marry me, and it'll just get too complicated. So to avoid all that, you know, anyway, no, look, joking aside, right, joking aside, the we thing is a bit odd when you stop and think about it, but I don't stop and think about it most of the time. But when, you know, when I'm talking to the camera, my mindset is as if I was just having a conversation with somebody next to me who never talks back, which I've just realised in many ways is my ideal conversational partner. I'm joking, you know, I'm sort of half joking. But anyway, so the we, and I almost get into that mindset of imagining there's a person there. Now, I've joked in the past about having my imaginary shipmate called Wilson, who's made of a ball with a face painted on it, you know, as per the old the film Castaway. And it was an old work colleague who was joking about it ages ago when I mentioned the boat, that, you know, gave me the inspiration for my imaginary shipmate Wilson, who isn't even imaginary. I don't really do that. Where was I? Anyway, so yeah, I just do this thing of we're going to go there and we'll moor and we'll do this, and I think I say it from a psychological mindset of, you know, you're sort of beside me, which in a way, you know, you are sharing the voyage. If you're watching a video, you are sharing the voyage with me in a visual way anyway, and I hope I can give you a feeling of what it's really like. Like, it's bloody cold. Well, it's not that cold, it's pretty cold. It's very crisp with a rrr. That's how it feels. The patches of frost on the grass, where the sun hasn't reached them, they're still icy and frosty. And I'm toying with the idea of making a temporary stop, not just for the usual comfort break, because that was a big flask. The new thermo cup is a big one, and there's been water and etc. for that, but also to don another garment 2 garments isn't quite enough today. Now, I remember on the congleton last year, 4 garments weren't enough. There was a t-shirt, 2 woolen shirts, and the fleece, and that wasn't enough. I mean, bloody hell, that was cold though. So I don't know what this is. This little place, it'll have a name. I think it's Bridge 85 coming up ahead. Obviously it'll have a name. I mean, Mr. State the obvious as usual, but you know, it's out of the way is the phrase I'd use. It's out of the way. No towns, no facilities. I say no towns. We're only 3 miles out of Congleton now. So to somebody with a car, really that's bugger all, isn't it? You know, that's just a short hop. 3 miles in a car, 10-minute drive, you know, no problem. So yeah, Bridge 85. Let's just make sure we don't bump anything as we go through. Looking good. I should never say that. I should never. It's always when I say a phrase like that I encounter problems. When I start getting cocky. Yep, we're looking pretty good, you know, that kind of sentiment. Right, so I know I'm going to have to stop. I know that we've got a couple of miles to go. My hands are getting cold, so I feel like the heated gloves may have to be deployed. So let's get them on. Okay. And let's look for a place where I can stop for a few minutes. There's Armco here. Now, I've learned from bitter experience, if I don't take my chance, I'm just looking. These look like much smaller. Anyway, they're just sheds. I'm just wondering what these are. They're on the other side of the bridge from wherever that little settlement was, and they're like a series of sheds alongside the canal. And I wondered if one of them was a giant static caravan. Like, there's a lady with a dog up ahead, so I've got to shut up. Like, there's a property for sale here as well. Be the house up there that's for sale. Anyway, I need to shut up, get this boat parked, and sort myself out. Time to go. Well, do you know, I'm going to do this quick burst of reverse thing. Just in case the prop's got leaves around it, because it's been feeling a teeny bit sluggish. I haven't mentioned it, I don't like to go on, you know, but it's felt a little teeny weeny bit sluggish. Mud on the fingers, well, you know, it's all par for the course. Right, so, oh hello, that's not welcome news. Glove seems to have switched itself off. That would be most disappointing. This one is nice and warm. My hands have gotten really cold off of the road. It's flashing. How could that be flat? I'm sure I charged it up. Well, electrical failures abound today. So I've got one warm glove, not even that warm, to be honest. Disappointing, because it's been sat there 10 minutes warming up. Yeah, when you handle these icy ropes on a day like today, yeah, your fingers get really cold, and you know, yeah, on the blink, one on, one off, So not the end of the world. Thankfully it's not one of those -9 days. It's pretty damn cold though. I mean, look. And we're at that stage. I think I set off at 10. I feel like I've been going a couple of hours. So anyway, I'll find out. 12:52, so approaching 1 p.m. and let's have a location check. Where are we? We are just about 2 miles from Congleton, and we are doing, it says it told me we were doing 3.5 miles an hour, and then a millisecond later 2.1, 2.5, I don't know. The speedometer thing on this app is, it kind of matches my boating standards really. Highly unreliable, highly imprecise, and generally rubbish. So it's approaching 1 p.m. Actually no, because it was near 10:30, wasn't it? By the time I finally got going, it was near to 10:30. I can see a vessel up ahead. I don't know if they're moored. Are they moving towards us? They look as if they're moored. I feel like I'm looking at the back ends. Yeah, they're moored up, because we're approaching a bridge hole. You get into that whole thing when you're approaching a bridge hole and there's a boat approaching the other side. Who's going to get there first? And you've got to try and judge. And if you think you're going to make it, you sort of press on and you hope that they give way. Some people don't. Some people are quite cheeky, especially the ones who speed around at 5 or 6 miles an hour. They'll make an estimate they're going to get there first, or if it's marginal, they'll just press on anyway and you'll wait. It may be that their estimation of time and distance is a bit faulty, or it may be that they just don't give a shit, so they just decide we'll press on. That guy's going slowly anyway. They judge your speed. They see you're going relatively slow, and I say that, I mean 3 miles an hour compared to them, so they just figure we'll bash on and he'll slow down. And of course 9 times out of 10 people do. Yeah, more so in the summer though, to be fair. Not so much of an issue in winter. Like, since the marina, I know it's only a mile away probably, but I haven't seen another boat, have I? So, another moving boat. This feels more like winter cruising. It actually feels a bit like the Llangollen, with the sort of the hilly terrain and the cuttings and stuff, and very rural. It does feel a bit Llangollen-ish, Llangollen-esque. Anyway, so I feel like I should save my appetite for when I stop, because I did go shopping in Lidl yesterday, and I've got to say, very pleasantly surprised. I was a bit dismissive of the Lidl in Middlewich, I remember a while back, in terms of the vegetables, and I think I was a bit hasty. The rest of the shop, well, you all know this, don't you? I'm a little novice really. It's not a place I've really visited much at all over the years, and I was quite pleasantly surprised yesterday. I went down there yesterday. Some nice looking bits of stuff, and they do have a more premium range. It's not just all cheap nonsense. I feel like some of it's pretty damn good. Anyway, some very promising items in there, and I've got this fruit. Actually, I need to take a few revs off because there's a moored boat up ahead. I don't want to cause any unnecessary aggravation to them, and also I don't want to hit them, so I better bloody steer out of the way as well. I'm going faster than I would have wanted to here. I should have been a bit more on the ball. I was late slowing down, so that's naughty. I pay attention, but sometimes, well, no, do I? I don't, do I? I can't claim to pay attention the way this boat goes around the place. But I'm not going too fast now. I've slowed down, so that's good. A little bit fast, but not ridiculous. And actually, most of the boats that have gone past me when I was on the mooring down by Kidsgrove, most of them pretty much speeded past. Didn't slow down. And these are winter boaters as well. So that was a bit disappointing. Anyway, let's get some speed on. It feels properly raw. It does. My saying it feels a bit Llangollen-esque. What a word that is, by the way. It isn't even a word, is it? But it feels a bit that way because of the ruralness of it, the rurality of it. I should stop pissing about with big words, shouldn't I? It just doesn't. Just nonsense. I'm wasting your time. I'm wasting my time. And anyway, it's yes, that's why it brought the Llangollen to mind. It is really quite rural. It's a nice neck of the woods, you know, considering how overpopulated this island is, generally speaking. It's very nice that you can come to places and cruise through places like this where there's clearly no bugger around for a good mile or two up there. I can't even see a farm, actually. I'm sure there will be one. There's always a farm tucked away somewhere. Sneaky little buggers. And you know, over the fence over there, again, just rural, just countryside. Beautiful. Really, really nice. And it pains me to say, really, but the setting sun behind, already it feels like the sun's setting, and it's only, what is it? Well, it's just after 1 now, isn't it? It'll be just after 1. And it feels like the sun's on its way. It's got that look of a setting sun. Anyway, so I took the precaution, thinking this might take a few hours, of bringing some rations. And this was one of my little acquisitions. Because I thought, you know, instead of biscuits and stuff, let's try and be a bit healthy. Strawberry and banana snacking fruit. So let's not wait until we stop. I don't know whether it doesn't look like any strawberry I've ever seen, really. I don't know if the camera picks this up. Oh, okay. I was expecting pieces of strawberry and banana. It's like they formed a solid puree with both in. I'll be heavy on the sugar, won't it? So I'll get a mad sugar rush, and then I'll want to go to sleep. Now this is a really posh area, this. It's very rural, but the people who can afford to live here in these huge houses, or the, you know, on the mini estates and things, they're going to have some serious money. In a proper serious money. Well, not proper, like a film star, but you know what I mean. Semi-serious money. No, it is serious money. Anyway, what am I even... They'll have a lot of money. So, but what's interesting, right, the lady with the dog who passed me earlier on when I was mooring up to go for a comfort break and get the vest on, which, you know, got it. Not a vest, t-shirts. I don't wear vests. I'm not of that generation, I think. she passed by, and anyway, she didn't pass, God almighty. She came out, she walked off. There wasn't really a chance to say hello, but she's just passed me on her way back with her dog, and I didn't feel any great, eagerness to give a greeting. Each to their own, but contrast that in this hyper posh location with some houses worth millions in many cases, and big posh cars. I mean, it's spread out, but they're there. Contrast all that with Kidsgrove, which is much more sort of urban, on the edge of an urban thing, where everybody said hello. The sort of ordinary people said hello. I feel as if the sort of rich people are not keen to say hello. Listen, I can understand why, but it's interesting to note the difference. It's not something to get aggrieved about, so I don't, I'm not blaming them. It is what it is, but it's an interesting contrast. They are very different in that way. Now that was only one, so I've developed a big sort of 20-minute lecture about how horrible the rural people are, based on one woman with a dog. So I'm being fair. Nice. The one working glove, it works like a charm. That feels really nice. When your hands are exposed on cold metal or something, yeah, brilliant. So we're coming up to this must be a winding hole we're just passing through, and we're at a distance where I probably need to slow down a bit now. I'm 3 or 4 boat lengths away. Going to tick over and check these boats out. Well, do you know something? I mean, I expected, with no great depth of thought, I expected this to be a nice canal, the Macclesfield, and I have to say, so far, it's a stunner. It really is. I mean, these beautiful, gently rolling sort of low hills. Rudder stuck again. Gotta fix that. We're moving again on Sunday, and it's Wednesday today, so I'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday I'll have a short move to the foot of the locks. So anyway, here are a couple of boats. Here we go. Here are a couple of boats that I'm just... Oh, that one's locked. There was no need to slow down. Damn. It's been locked on the outside, so they're not at home. There was no real need to slow down for that one. You slow down because you're going to cause the boat to rock and things might fall off like a cup of tea or something if it's really bad. At the speeds I'm doing today, nothing like that's going to happen. But yeah, if there's nobody at home, if the boat is clearly unoccupied as that one was, there's no reason to slow down to this, what I'm doing now. It's under 2 miles an hour. you don't really need to. You're not going to disturb anyone. Yeah, there's a padlock on the rear of the boat there. I mean, you can't assume it needs to be padlocked as the outside. Of course, I saw someone then, I couldn't have. The padlock is applied from the outside, so you assume the boat is empty when a padlock is on. But they could have left from the front. So it's not a certainty. But look. I'm just looking backwards again into the sun, which is on its way down. Short winter days are not a great deal of fun, you know, if we're all being honest about it. Like some revs, and I feel as if we've got a straight run, straighten the boat out. I feel as if I could put the other alternator on. Let's see how the batteries are doing. It's always a thing with lithium batteries. It's always worth keeping half an eye on them every hour or so when you're on the boat. Already the cold is starting to set back in. Dear oh dear. Right, so 67%. Yeah, it'll get up to about 85 by the time we stop, which is good. That's a good amount of charge to have in them. Lithium batteries, there are many people who say you don't want to go much above about 90% on a day-to-day basis. Now and again, you know, yeah, but never get me started on lithium batteries. It's such a bad idea, trust me. These things are effectively, it feels like some sort of sugar, semi-solid sugar paste. Well, there's a lot of sugar in strawberries and bananas. No, I'm not going to look. I was going to actually read out the energy and the ingredients on a vlog. It's a quiet day. So, like, if I've been to Congleton, it will only be in the distant past, and I've got no clear memory of it. So, I don't know if there's scallywags, and it, you know, it may have changed anyway, since if I made a visit, it will have changed. So, yeah, I don't know what kind of a place it is. Is it troubled by scallywags or any of that kind of thing? I'm going to aim for the middle of town in the hope that it'll all be fine. I'm going to film the side while I finish off the last of this strawberry paste thing. Well, do you know, I wasn't even really that hungry as well. I should have waited. I've got any number of things, any number of foodstuffs. I did my usual piggy thing of buying everything that I like the look of, and I got far too much. But most of it will last like a week, so I've got plenty of time to sort of to get through it. I'm not even going to be here a week, am I? Anyway, some more on the offside. So the interest of politeness and not getting shouted at, I'm going to slow down. So I'm doing 1,000 RPM, 2.5 miles an hour maybe. It is a bit suspect. I got caught out again on my way off of the Congleton, going past the higher boat base. I got caught out thinking I was doing 2 miles an hour, and when I looked, I was doing nearly 3, and a guy actually popped out. Yeah, I know. Guy on the boat is shivering, hugging himself as if to indicate how cold it is, and he is right. You see, it's not just me whinging. It could easily be just me whinging, but it's not on this occasion. But it's a reminder that I could do with zipping up, not just that, but the fleece. Because it feels like with every minute that goes past, the temperature's creeping down. But the heated insoles are doing their job, so I'm not like that shivering wreck that I was on the Congleton last winter. I'm doing okay. Oh, hello. I got a little bit close to the left-hand bank. Now I need to compensate and turn the boat a bit. And there's a GRP moored, so I need to get some revs off. Just need to avoid the left-hand bank. Now I am close to that, so I'm going to jiggle the throttle, the tiller. Jiggle the tiller. I let myself get too close to that bank during my shenanigans, but I've avoided it. It's all good. We're not back in Wales now, or Shropshire, or wherever it was. Oh look, there's some sheep. So I've gone into real tick over. There's a very smart looking house over there. Look at that. A couple of sheep in this very small triangular field here, and in the background it must be a farm, obviously, so it's a farmhouse, but yeah, very grand. Again, I'm being very good, going very slowly. Don't know how slowly, pretty slowly. And they favour the GRP here on this particular mooring. See, that's quite good. Look at this one with the square. That's designed for accommodation, that look, isn't it? Very spacious inside, room type. Very spacious, very practical. It's not the most beautiful boat, but I kind of don't care about that. Well, you know, not when it comes to if you've got to spend time aboard a boat and it's only 25 feet long. That's about as spacious as it gets. My hands are getting cold just being exposed. Look, there's an empty mooring here, so there's clearly a boat off on its travels. Making sure I'm avoiding the weed. I bet you most of the boats that go past here do not slow down significantly. I suspect what you're seeing now from me is about as slow as any boat ever goes past. See the cap on the chimney, the lid, whatever it's called, looks like it's hanging off. And while I'm filming that, I'm heading for the weeds. okay? Oh, it stings. It's okay for a short while, you know, but yeah, stings on the hands. In fact, that didn't do any good at all. They'll heat up with gloves. They'll heat up eventually. Just takes a bit longer, doesn't it? You know, the heated gloves just take the sting of the cold out immediately.